First of all, I wanted you to, Michelle, really, people ask us because we're the S in GLSEN, the S, which is the straight part, and people ask us. They always ask us why would you get involved? But in the court challenge, the federal court challenge to Proposition 8, which is to try to overturn Prop 8 to allow gays to get married and have equal rights in this country. And Michelle really had the reason. We try to be highfalutin about it and say, well, it's because we should all have equality and everything. But the truth is, Michelle had the right reason why we got involved. You want to tell them?
No, you tell them. This is a good setup.
Well, because we kept hearing Brad Pitt say that he wouldn't marry Angelina Jolie until everyone had the right to get married. So basically, we're doing it for Brad Pitt. It's only for Brad Pitt.
You're good.
Okay. All right. That's her line. She let me take the line. She actually, she's standing over here, but the truth of the matter is, I wouldn't be able to, all the work we did on children's issues, all the work we've done, on Proposition 8, we wouldn't have done it without Michelle. She's the one, she basically stands behind me and kicks me in the ass all the time. Why don't you do something? You're a celebrity, you can talk, get out there and do something. So I listen to what she says. Jamie left, yeah.
Had enough.
She had enough, she's going to sleep. Here's the thing, and GLSEN is right at the forefront of this. It's about normalcy. This whole thing is about normalcy, about being treated equal, and it's almost silly in a way to talk about this. Where is the suffragette movement now? Where is it? It doesn't exist. And the reason it doesn't exist is because it's a silly concept that a woman could not vote. That's a silly idea. We think of it as a silly idea, and yet at one point that was the case in America. Same thing with, as 40 years ago, just 40 years ago, a little bit more, blacks and whites could not get married in this country. And now we think of that, it's ludicrous. That's a ludicrous concept. Well, organizations like GLSEN, and we started the American Foundation for Equal Rights. That, by the way, that was Chad Griffin, and I want to thank Chad so much for all those kind words. Those are very nice. Thank you, Chad. These organizations were started so that they wouldn't have to exist. Why we're here tonight is so we can raise money so that GLSEN doesn't have to exist, so that the American Foundation for Equal Rights doesn't have to exist, because it is insane that there is still one community in this country that is thought of as less in the eyes of the law, under the eyes of the law. That is insane. That's an insane idea. And so, once we overcome those hurdles, and we're talking about it now, and certainly with it, the suffragette movement is less than 100 years ago, and it's going to be a lot quicker than that because the tide is moving in the right direction. We're going to look back at this time and say, you mean people were treated differently? They were treated badly because they were gay or lesbian or transgender? I don't understand why that happened, and we will have that moment. And that's going to happen in our lifetime, I believe. It's not 100 years from now. It's going to happen in our lifetime. It will happen. And that's why GLSEN is so important. It's through education. It is through education that we normalize. And I think Ellen DeGeneres said it in one of those clips. People are frightened of things they don't understand. They're frightened of that. And once you understand something, and it becomes a comfortable idea and a comfortable thing to live with. And that's what GLSEN is about, and that's what we're trying to do with overturning Prop 8. Once gays and lesbians have the equality under the law and are treated equal, society then starts treating you equal. Nobody looks at a black and white couple and goes, oh, that's wrong, you couldn't. And that's because there was a court case that eventually made that okay. Now, you have to educate, you come at it from a couple a couple of directions. One is through education from the ground up, and that's what GLSEN is doing. The other is through the laws and changing the laws, and that's what we're trying to do with the American Foundation. And between the two of us, it's a pretty powerful pincer movement that ultimately is going to result in what we all know is obvious. Everyone is born equal. Everyone is the same under the skin. The Human Genome Project shows that, and so that's why we're here. We're proud to be part of this. Last year I was here to present a Modern Family. I love this organization. We are the token heterosexuals, you know. You have to make us feel comfortable by saying, yeah, one of my best friends is a heterosexual. That's how you make us feel comfortable, yeah, by saying things like that. But anyway, we're so honored to be here. And now you want to say, come here.
No, I can't follow that.
You can follow.
That, no.
You're going to follow.
No.
You can say anything you want. She was petrified to come up here because this is not what she does. She is the most outspoken person in the world, but not in front of a lot of people. In the house. Whoa, boy. Wow. Oh, my God. We have our daughter here, Romy Reiner. Stand up. She'll attest to that. Romy Reiner. Outspoken, right, Romy? Outspoken? Absolutely. Yeah, and thank God she is outspoken because I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing without her.
That's right.
Yes, that's, see, there you go. The biggest, okay, thank you very much. You got a word out of it. Thank you very much.